Well, hello, and welcome back to another tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to be revisiting one of my latest videos, a speed modeling video of me making myself planets. And this is a tutorial on how to do that. Hope you enjoy. And without further ado, we just have our new scene in Blender, and we can hit A and then tap delete, or you can hit X and delete. Then what we'll want to add in is Shift A, UV sphere. And then obviously it's way too sharp edges. So we're going to hit Control 2. And if you go to the modifiers section, you will see that it has added a subdivision surface modifier at level 2 on the viewport and on the render. 2 is for the render by default, but yeah. See, if you hit Control 1, it'll change this value to 1. Control 3, it'll change the value to 3, but let's stay at 2. Then you can right-click the sphere and hit Shade Smooth. Alright, look at that. Okay. So we're not really going to be doing anything else to this sphere, to the sphere's shape, but we can go over to the shading tab, and we are going to be doing stuff here. Now, what I really like to do for this shading editor thing is go right up here, right click this and hit assign shortcut, and you can assign it to any shortcut you want as long as it isn't already in the Blender hotkeys by default. So I'm just gonna hit this little key below backspace, and then what I'm also going to do, so like if you hit that key, it'll toggle the UI now. So if you hit N and go over to view, you can right click under view lock to 3D cursor. You're gonna right click that, assign shortcut, and what I recommend is Control Alt Q. So now you can hit N again, and when you hit Control Alt Q, each time you hit that toggles this right here. Watch. Pretty cool, huh? Alright. So hit Z, and then 8 on your number pad, or you can just select that. But as you can see, it's completely dark. We deleted the lamp. So if you go back to the layout mode, we can add in Shift A, Light, Sun. And then you can hit R, and then press R again to rotate. It's like a trackball. Or you can just hit R. I'm actually just gonna give it a nice little value like that. Alright. And then over in the light settings, you can change the strength to 3. Alright. And then go back to the shading tab, and you can see we have a nice little planet. Next, what we're going to do is go over to the where it says object here, change that to world, and we're just going to delete the background, and then hit Shift A and add in a color ramp. You might have seen this in a different tutorial. It's right up here, and it's in a different tutorial from a different YouTube channel. But we're also going to add in a noise texture. Alright. So add that in. Color to surface. And factor to factor. So now you'll see this. And what we'll do is we'll just scale this, turn the scale value way up to something like 300. And then you're going to take this black value here on the color ramp and turn it up until you have what looks like a field of stars. Look at that. I came across this tutorial and I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, so if you go back to the layout tab, hit that hotkey to turn it off. Yeah, you can see you got a field of stars. In fact, you can even select your sphere and hit H to hide it. You can just move around. It's really cool. Anyway, alright, Alt H to unhide. And let's get making our planet. Alright, back to the shading tab. So, we can change this from world to object. Oh, of course, with the sphere selected. Then you are going to hit new. It's going to add in a new material, obviously. And you can just change this to planet material. Alright. And then we'll select the principled BSDF and delete it and replace it with a much simpler diffuse BSDF. I'm just going to put that right here. BSDF to surface. And it looks exactly the same. But it won't for long. So, Shift A, color ramp, and then add in a texture, noise texture. Alright. Then select the noise texture and duplicate it twice. Alright. Then what we're going to do is color to vector, factor to vector, factor to factor, and then finally color to color. And then don't touch anything. It's going to, alright, then you see you have this interesting configuration. I mean, it looks abnormal, but yeah, we can change these values here. So over here we can change like this scale value, which is so basically what this is doing. Oh, nope. 5. Alright. So what this is doing is you have the color ramp. This is going to be our colors that we have in the planet. And then we have the noise texture right here. And what's happening is this next noise texture, that's when we plug the factor into the vector, it puts this, it takes this, what we, the pattern that you made with this, inside of the pattern that this generated, and so on. This created this and stuff like that. And you can create as many of these as you want, but I'm not going to go any more than 3 because it's unnecessary. Also, more than 3 will kill your computer. So what we can do next is we can just tweak these values. This is a cool effect here. Swoop. Alright. So yeah, you can just tweak these values, and you can like turn up the detail, and that'll do what you would think it would do. There's also this distortion value. It's, I'm going to keep this at 0.1. 0.5. Nope. 0.2. And you can do this for like, you can do as many of these as you want. It can take forever. Also the roughness value. There's this roughness value here. which like changes how smooth it is. It should probably be just called the smoothness value or something like that. So you can just turn this up, up. So yeah, once you have like what you want here, like the pattern you want, that's when you like start to do the colors. So I'm gonna just give some distortion. No, not that one. Yeah, that looks good. I'll say that. Alright, and you can also change like the scale. It's like, I don't know, I can give this like a really... I really love this method of making planets because it just allows you so much flexibility to the look of your planet at the end result. Alright, yeah. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna do with that, I think. I think I could give this more, no. Give this a little less roughness. Oh, that's interesting. I think we can bring this up to that. Alright, we got a cool looking planet here. And it would be a good idea to save right here. Blend files, planet in Blender tutorial. Alright. Lovely. Okay. Good. Now we, in the color ramp, you can just select this and call it colors. Oh, you hit F2 to rename that. Or you can just right click it and select rename. But I'm going to keep it at colors. So, actually I could set this to planet colors. Alright, that's good. That's good. So as you can see, we can turn this up. We can have a really black planet or something like that. But you don't have to keep it just at like the black and white values. You can have much more than that, as you probably guessed. So you just select the color, and we can change it to whatever color you want. Do not follow me. Do not do what I do, honestly, because this is your planet. You decide what your planet looks like. If we change this to a green. What if I turn down the roughness on this? Oh, that looks better. Okay. That looks better. Yeah. Okay. You know what? What if we just really turn down the roughness? No. Oh, wanted. I don't know what I'm singing. Alright. I think I'm gonna do that looks horrible. I'm not gonna try to make the big planet. I mean, I wasn't trying to make Earth in the very beginning anyway, but that's like a horrible, horrible Earth-ish planet. Let's make something different. Alright. Alright. We have a planet. An interesting planet. Swoop. Nope. You can tweak these values forever, honestly. So yeah, you can just hit the plus button right here, and it'll add in another one. Oh, gotta save, of course. And you can just change these colors. Change these color values. Oh, shoot. Right. Yeah. Alright. So this looks good, but let's say you want parts of it to be glowing. For this demonstration, I'll just change this to a brown. These brownish values. Alright. Alright. So I have this planet here. And let's say we want like little lava specks. What we're gonna do, excuse me. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move this over here, and we're gonna hit Shift A, and we're gonna type in Mix RGB. All right. Wait for Blender to respond, please. Yay, Blender's responding. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get Shift A, color ramp, and we're gonna add in a noise texture. We're only gonna add in one because we're not like dumping lava all over this place. Is Blender gonna respond or is Blender gonna crash? All right, it's gonna respond. Okay. So look at that. It looks horrible. All right. Wonderful. So we can change the scale up. Scale up. Scale up. Scale up. Or you can have the scale. Actually, you should probably turn the detail up too. Ooh. Ooh. It's not a. Alright, detail all the way up. Turn down the roughness. Scale. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move this over here. And this white value here, we're going to change it to a nice yellowy color. And you might be thinking, oh, it looks horrible. It's not lava all over it. But trust me, it's going to look better. So then the black value, we can change it to look somewhat like the rest of the planet. So we can just turn this up. Up. We can just reduce this. Alright, so look at that. We have, and you can just change this to a more lava-y color. And you might be thinking, hey, he's an idiot. Peter's an idiot. He doesn't know anything about Blender. That doesn't look like lava at all. But what we're going to do is we're going to hit Shift A, Bright Contrast. add this in right here. We're just gonna wait for Blender to respond. Please, Blender, please respond. Yay, Blender responded. Wonderful. All right. Next, step 2. I'm gonna turn up the contrast. Oh, that's too much. Oh. All right. Come on. Oh my gosh, this is such tedious work. So the contrast, in my opinion, is the most powerful. Yeah, look at that. All right, and you can, ooh. So yeah, you just tweak the bright contrast settings until you get something like this. And like right here, I'm gonna like tweak this value to be more of a, yeah. All right. And like right here, you can turn up the roughness so that there's less of it. Turn down the roughness so that there's more of it. I don't know. Yeah. That looks good. And yeah. That's pretty much that. Alright. Oops. Okay. So with this in all its glory, we can I think we can go to select the light in the light settings and turn this up to 5 just to brighten this a little bit. And then we can go back to the layout tab. Nope. Save. Select this. Z. Oh. Nope, not that. Z8. So yes. Next thing we want to do is set it up to render. Now, you can see if I switch to the Cycles rendering engine, what we have right here is just a sphere, let me save this, with a texture over it. It's nothing else. This isn't actually glowing, you know, that's just much brighter than the rest of it. And this means that we can actually change this to Eevee, because it's not actually like doing any path tracing, if you know what I mean. Like, there's nothing that the Cycles render engine can do here that the Eevee render engine can't. So there's automatically no reason to use the Cycles rendering engine. We're not going to get anything better. So we're going to hit Shift-A and add in a camera. Then we're going to zoom out like this much and hit Control-Alt-Number-Pad-0. Look at that. Aha. Then we're going to zoom in on the camera. N. View. Camera to view. Oh. I'm going to turn this on. Really late in the video, I suddenly recognize that that's a problem. That's pathetic. Alright. So we've locked the camera to the view. And we're going to put this like right here. That looks good. And then we can give this a render.